Hello beautiful people, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day. And today we're doing unfiltered opinions on new makeup releases. I haven't done one of these in over a month now, so I figured it was about time to do another one. I filmed one about like a week and a half ago, but I just didn't feel it. So we're gonna try this again and see what we come up with for the new makeup releases, because I really haven't been on Instagram all that much. Like, I've posted some stuff on Instagram, but I haven't been checking like the releases constantly. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I see was just posted. It is Morphe's new foundation. There is 60 shades. I think everybody's trying to top each other with a shade range, which is not an issue, especially since these are $18 each. I'm just worried I'm gonna get like the wrong shade. But yeah, it's really cool. 60 shades. I'm used to like 40 something. I think 40 something is a good number, but 60 I'm kind of like, oh, there's so many rooms for error there. So yeah, I like it. They also look like I have a matching concealer too, but like $18 for a foundation. I'll definitely try it out if you want me to. Yeah, I like a good affordable foundation, so if you want me to try it out, I will. Next up, we see a sneak peek of a new Ofra collab. This is Ofra x Francesca Talat. I hope I said that right. It looks like it's an eyeshadow palette, a face palette, and lipsticks. And I love Ofra products, so like I'll see it and see if I like it or not. I feel like sometimes they're a little bit overpriced, but I really like their lipsticks and their highlighters. So I haven't tried their eyeshadows yet. I'm not sure if they're any good, but just from the preview pictures, I might be interested in it. So next up, we see something from Lime Crime. It says she's back, so I'm not sure if this is a restock, but I'm not too familiar with Lime Crime products. This is the Venus XL2 eyeshadow palette and some lip glosses. The palette, to me, I mean, sure, it's kind of cute, but it doesn't do anything for me. I find it kind of boring. But I like the packaging, and I'm not sure the quality of their eyeshadows. I don't think I've ever tried Lime Crime eyeshadows, so if they're good and that's your color scheme, maybe you'd be interested in it. But for me, like, lip glosses and a nude palette just isn't doing it for me right now. Next up, we see a Viseart, or is it Viseart? Because I've heard it said both ways. I think it's Viseart eyeshadow palette. This is the Viseart Koi. It's all shimmers, and these are very expensive eyeshadows, so again, like, not interested in it. I'm not an all shimmer palette person. Like, maybe if it was a really cool color scheme, I'd be like, oh yeah, sure, an all shimmer palette. But to me, I want some mattes in there. I want to just dip into one palette if I can, and I wouldn't be able to with this, and it's really expensive, and the colors are really muted out anyways. They're not even like really vibrant, so I'd probably never use it. Next up is from Becca Cosmetics. I can't remember if I talked about this before or if it was the one I didn't post. This is the new like Year of the Pig. 2019 is the Year of the Pig. Shimmering Skin Perfector Highlighter. I'm sure the color is like an average color. I find their highlighters kind of powdery. But some reason I just really like the pig print inside this, and I think it's really cute. Like, something about this little pig imprint is adorable to me. But I wouldn't buy it anyways, just because like I'll probably mess up the pigmentation by using the highlighter, and then the rest of it is just like, it's an average highlighter color. It's nothing special, but it's a cute imprint. Alright, so next up is an announcement that Jeffree Star's next eyeshadow palette is going to be in March, and I think that's really good. I'm actually very happy there's like a little bit of a breather between the Alien palette and the next palette, because I feel like Thirsty and Alien came out pretty close together, and I want a chance to use these things properly before the next one, so I'm very happy about it. But since it's Blood Sugar Part 2, I'm very scared that it's going to sell out before I get my hands on it, because no matter what the color scheme is, Blood Sugar palette was such a good formula, I'm going to want the next one. After that, we see the new Alamar palette. This is the Reina del Caribe Volume 2. Might have said that right. I love this. I think it's super cute. Again, I'm not really a fan of the layout of these palettes. I think it's kind of cute that it's in a book, but the pan size looks very small, proportional to the size of the palette. I'd rather have like a smaller palette and bigger pan sizes. But overall, very cute. The first one was good too, and there's a yellow in this one, so I'm very into it. Super cute, and I like the fact that there's like half mattes, half shimmers, so it makes it really easy to use. The brushes from like the first time around, I wasn't the biggest fan of in the world. I found some of the shapes kind of weird for like the small angular brushes and stuff, but the palette itself was really good, so I am excited about this next one. The next thing we see here is a Photoshop picture, so just be aware that it's not an actual palette yet, it's just the concept, which I find no issue with because you need to be able to see it to see your full vision anyways. I Photoshop palettes all the time. This is the Certify brother to their Affinity palette, so I really like this. I think this concept is really cute. A lot of the darker colors I might not reach for, but I like the concept of a blue and green palette just because I love green eyeshadow and a lot of people hate it. I think it's fantastic. And then blue is just a classic eyeshadow color that gets a really bad rap for no reason. So I do like this. I think some of the colors are pretty similar, but maybe when like it becomes a real palette, they'll not be so similar because some of the shades are pretty similar, but it's very cute. Thing is, I just wouldn't be able to pronounce any of the names of those shades. Alright, so the next thing we see is from Milani, which is a drugstore brand that I really like. And this is the Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. I really like Milani's foundation, especially the like 2-in-1. So I'm interested in this. It's $8.99. They come in 18 shades. I think that's pretty decent. I do find that some of the shades look really warm. But, you know, overall, I'm very happy with it. The packaging looks really nice. And Milani has good stuff. So I'm interested in see if the concealer is any good. It drops on the 8th. So if I see it online, maybe I'll get it. Okay, so I don't want to be harsh against an affordable brand because, you know, it's affordable makeup, but this is the new e.l.f. Camo Concealer, 16-hour concealer. It's only $6. Great price for a concealer. But if we look at this shade range, like I'm not even going to talk about the dark shade ranges. I'm talking about the first row is all gray. Literally not a skin color, that's gray. I don't understand. Maybe it's just a picture they used on Trendmood's page, but all of those top row look gray. So next up we have Jeffree Star Cosmetics sneak peek of a blinding new type of highlighter. The color, like the blue shift to it's really awesome looking. He has a lot of new products coming out in 2019, but this will be like his 4th different type of highlighter. Like I get like he's a highlighter person, but I would love to see some long wearing like eye pencils and not the lip liners because his lip liners were terrible. Like I would love to see some like eyeliner pencils that actually can stick in someone's sensitive waterline like myself. Or what else hasn't he talked about? I know he's talked about setting powders and concealers and foundations, but also really like a cool brow pomade. I think that'd be pretty awesome if we're thinking of ideas for Jeffree Star to put out, because I think his brow pomade would probably last forever. Not that he wears brows all the time, because I know he doesn't. Okay, so this is a brand, I don't know if it's cruelty-free or not, so I'll have to look that up. But this is available on Beautylish right now. It is the Shine Classic Powder Compact by Solhwasu. I don't, it's a powder, but this is a beautiful powder. I love the imprints in the powder. It looks so beautiful. And then the outside, I thought it was a belt buckle just scrolling by. It's so detailed and so pretty. Like, I'm going to go on Beautylish when I'm done filming this video and go to look at this because I'm blown away by the packaging in itself and it's so pretty. Has anyone else talked about this? I've never seen anybody talk about this. Maybe I'm just behind and I don't know what's talked about right now, but like, it's abnormally gorgeous. This is a new Tarte product, and I really like Tarte products, but this is the Double Duty Beauty. It's a Shape Tape Concealer base, so you put it underneath your eyes before you put on your concealer and stuff, and I'm not sure. I want to add an extra primer to my makeup routine, like a regular primer works just fine. I'd love to see some reviews of this product, because for an under eye primer, it just seems like an extra step. But like, maybe it's good because the Tarte Shape Tape is amazing. And I didn't say Sharp Shape Tape that time. Y'all, Milani is turning it out for 2019. This is available now. It is the Milani Luminoso face palette with highlights and bronzers, and this whole collection just looks really pretty. I'm not sure. Maybe I could wear one of those highlights so it won't be too dark on my skin tone, which is not, like, I'm not complaining. My only complaint about the palette itself is like going into it with a brush. If you're not using a fan brush, it's probably going to cause a really big mess, or you're going to mix a lot of shades. Personally, I think I'd probably mix a couple shades anyways if I was just doing my regular makeup and this worked for me. But like, if you want to get one shade, it's going to be kind of hard unless you're using a fan brush. It's just kind of close together, really narrow pieces. But overall, like, good. Price, $17.99. And the whole collection just looks really pretty. Okay, so this is something, it's a bath bomb by Lush. These are limited edition. They're fizzy bath bombs. They're shaped like fruits and stuff. Am I the only one who hasn't tried Lush products before? I have not. And I see memes about like Lush products or Lush employees harassing people in the store, kind of like really enthused about it. And I think it's really intimidating because someone's really enthused about trying to help you in a store. It makes me uncomfortable. Does anybody else like that, or is it just me? So I've never shopped at Lush. There is a Lush store, I think, in Norfolk, or at least there was in the MacArthur Mall, so I was thinking about going in there. I've seen it before, but I'm a little bit intimidated. People are gonna be like, you need help with this? You need help? Do you need help? And I'm like, no, please leave me alone. Okay, so we all know that the original Naked palette by Urban Decay has been discontinued, and now here is the new Naked palette. This is the next one. It is Naked Reloaded eyeshadow palette. The packaging on it's really cute. The colors on the inside, very cool tone. I think for a Naked palette being very cool toned, I think it's kind of okay. It just reminds me of the Sultry palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, like very, very neutral, boring palette, and then like a peach in it, which is exactly what this looks like. Because I took out that peach, you probably wouldn't even think about it. I have zero interest in this palette whatsoever, especially because these palettes are like $54. If I'm not feeling the color scheme, I'm sorry, I can find something else for cheaper that I kind of like, you know? Okay, so this is a sale item. I don't know how long it's been out. This is the Morphe 35R palette, Ready Set Gold eyeshadow palette. It is on sale from $24 to $15. Why do palettes like this exist? Like, I'm not knocking on Morphe. I like a lot of Morphe products. I think they're pretty decent for the price. I mean, I've had some flops, I've had some good things. It's nothing about Morphe in general. It is this specific palette. Like, it's a million shades of... It's a million shades of the same old thing over and over again. It's gonna take up a lot of room in whatever makeup storage unit you have. It's gonna take up a lot of room for very similar shades. There's probably 7 shades in this palette, just really duplicated or very, very similar. Ugh, and it's gonna take up so much room to store. Like, I don't understand why people think, oh, let's sell this palette. Like, what's that gonna help anybody? I don't understand. You can get like a little tiny Milani palette, you can get a little tiny miniature Tarte palette or something and get more shades. Or if you like these shades and you think they're such pretty shades, just get a similar palette and dip more heavy-handed or lighter into a pan and you'll get this palette. I don't get it. Like, I know it's $15, but so much of the same thing. Next up is from Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Diamond and Glow Blush and Highlighting Powder. First of all, let me just tell you, these are not blush powders. That's a really sparkly blush. These are just 2 highlighters pretty much. It looks really pretty. I'm not a big Natasha Denona person just because I'm very cheap and I'm spending that much money on eyeshadow or a highlighter seems kind of crazy to me. At the current moment, who knows, maybe in the future I'll be fancier, but for right now, that's a lot of money. It's a cute packaging. I think the colors inside and the shades are stunning, so if you are a little bit fancier than me and you like them, it's really beautiful. But I'm just not that fancy. I don't know, they're cute though. Next up is something you guys asked me if I was going to review when this dropped, and the answer is no. This is the NYX Cosmetics Born to Glow Illuminating Powder. I love NYX. I think NYX is a great affordable brand. I do not like loose highlighters. The only loose highlighter that I've ever like really been into is the Cheeky highlighter by Ofra, and even then I couldn't use it for too long because it just made a mess. I find pressed powders a lot better. All the loose highlighters kind of just fly in the air for me. I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong, but they're like $15. NYX's prices have been going up lately, it seems like. I don't know, and I don't feel it that much. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for sticking with me through 2019. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, these are my opinions. If you like something I dislike or you dislike something I like, we're all different and that's completely fine. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.